welcome back everybody. Let's go ahead and get some tunes on in the background. Well, I'm at it again. So let me show you what I have been looking at to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. So I downloaded these things from the Unity Assets store, right? This was a free Unity terrain demo scene. This was the starter assets. By the way, I'll link all this below in the description. You'll have links to everything because these are all free. The biomechanical suit, they're all free. Why did I download these? Well, first off, I downloaded the starter asset first for third-person character controller, and then I downloaded the first person. And when I was learning how to use it, Unity themselves gives you this video called Starter Assets Overview, and they walk you through it and how to work it on. And the reason I even came across this was because I was trying to learn how networking works. I had a question where, what if I want to have multiplayer in my video game? And that led me to, well, the Starter Assets Overview, because you could use this to test your networking features. So, downloaded them. Now, let me just put this out there. The starter assets are not for starters. They are and they aren't. There's a lot going on and to unpack. So I think if over like the whole general sense of expert, intermediate, beginner, just starting, right? This is not for those who have like a couple days of Unity under their belt. This is for if you have some skills under your belt. And now that I'm here, I think I'm ready to take on this challenge. So into this challenge, you'll see that they took the starter asset, which is this character controller, and they imported it into a demo scene. And then from that demo scene, they changed the rig to have this warrior outfit, and it still had the same animation. And so I wanted to do the same thing. That's why I found this free demo scene. That's where I found this free biomechanical mutant suit. So I said to myself, if I could do this, if I'm watching this video and I'm learning what this is, I'm learning properly, I could take this biomechanical suit, I could put it onto this starter asset, this guy right here, and I can put them onto this terrain right here. So here am I doing it for you. This is going to be a challenge in my classroom, by the way. So I've already gone through, by the way, in my package manager, Windows package manager, my assets. And I've downloaded the starter assets. I've downloaded the Unity terrain demo scene, and I've already downloaded the where's it at? Biomechanical mutant. Something that's important, I learned this the hard way, is you have to start with the correct version of Unity when doing this challenge with these specific packages. And the reason is because it tells you so. I know, right? Crazy. And this one says the supported Unity version is 2018 or higher. Cool, I got 2019, 2020, and 2021 on mine. I'm good. Well, let's go to the starter. Starter assets require you to do 2020 or higher. Okay. If I do 2019 and I try to use this, it's not going to work. Then you go to the URP demo scene, and that's when you see that it has to be 2021 or higher. So when we create our project, make sure you're using 2021.3.11 or higher with these specific challenges. So that's what I've done. All right, let's go ahead and let's get to it. Now, I did, by the way, open up a new project using the 3D URP because it said that the terrain was URP. We're going to see what happened to me in a second here. So here's our terrain. Here's a sample scene that they put together for us, and I'm just going to use this because why not? It's already here. If we go ahead and click play, it's going to run through a script, and it's going to take us through out like a tutorial system. It's really cool. They used stamps, they painted terrain layers, they did skybox models, they did speed tree foliage, they did dense, there's water, there's a proxy terrain, they even have wind boxes in here, which this is really cool. You take so this is something I'm going to show my kids in the future, how to create wind, right? But for now, I don't want any of this, so I'm going to get rid of the event system. I'm going to get rid of the timelines. I'm going to get rid of the main camera. I'm going to get rid of all of that because I don't need it. I want my main camera to be on my player. and I want it to have the assets from this right here, the starter asset. So if we go to the package content, you'll notice that in the third-person controller, under prefabs, there's this main camera prefab, and we're gonna pull that up here. Right? We'll go to starter assets, prefabs, main controller, and you're gonna notice that it already has a Cinemachine brain on it. And that's important because it allows us to change and adapt our camera to our third-person controller. So I'll put that in there. Well, we have to have a player armature. That's gonna show up in there, and we have to have a player follow camera, and that's gonna say, what are we looking at? Well, if we look at it, Cinemachine Virtual over here in the inspector, they have this ability to follow somebody, and that's gonna be this guy right here. So we're gonna go ahead and click on that and drag the player camera route over here, and we're gonna just have it follow that player camera route. So I like to think of this as you have your, if you look at this right here, where's this is my character down here, right? Oh my, I'm over it. Let's go here, player armature, we'll press F. Here we go. Here's our person. This right here, the player camera route, is actually an empty game object that's kind of right in their chest. So the camera is going to be attached to that object at a certain point. So if this object moves, the camera will move with it. Yeah, I'm learning. I need to unpack this, by the way. Pack it. Prefab. Unpack. Boom. Because I don't need it to be a prefab. Because I don't want to edit the prefab. I want to edit this variant of it. This own particular game object. Because there's something going on here. Which is, first off, it's pink. Why is it pink? And I learned that because it was meant to be played in the built-in renderer and not the URP. Assets need to be converted over to that. So this was a surprise to me when I first tried doing this. I was like, how do I do that? So you go to rendering, you go to render pipeline converter, built into URP. So you're changing it. Any asset was for the built-in, you're going to convert them over to be able to be used in the URP. This took me a little bit to find, but I figured it out. This is why I do projects like this. If they can do it, I'm going to replicate it. I'm going to run into some errors, and that's why we do it. The more you know. No one's half the battle. We convert the assets, and look, it's actually already fixed it. Now, here's my player. Let's click play. Should already... Oh, did I not fix my camera? I didn't fix my camera. I apologize. Here's my main camera. I need to fix that to my player camera route. So I click, drag it, hold it on it. It should be good. I don't think there is really anything else that I need to do at this point. Up to this point, I'm good to go. I do have my main camera following my... Hold on, I gotta get out of this. Look at player camera. Yeah, I have that. There's my player camera. There's something funky going on. If I did something. This looks fine to me. I think that's good. Player camera follow. Follows that. That wouldn't make any sense. It shouldn't make a difference. Always something. I just did this too. Delete. Well, look at that. It was because we still had virtual cameras present in this thing. But I'm telling you, there's always something to learn, people. But then I go back here to player camera follow, and it's not the armature. Once again, it's supposed to be. I knew it was the player. It was that object that was inside of it. I knew I did that right. Hey, look at that! Look at that! Hold down Shift and we can run. So I'd say at this point, it's already a success. We were able to take a demo scene. We located various cameras that were already inside of it. We noticed that after we applied all of our settings to our, I'll say our starter kit, put the starter kit in there, updated the graphics, put the camera on there, attached it to it, make sure it followed it. We deleted some cameras that we didn't know were there. I should have known because they said virtual camera. Click play, boom, we're good to go. We did a lot. So notice how when there's an error, I just try to go through it, just try to like debug it, right? Now, this is where I keep getting hung up. I know the steps because I've done this several times. I wouldn't record this video unless I've tried this project several times. I'm like, I know these steps, man. I am good to go, right? But this is where I keep getting hung up sometimes, which is now I got to change this right here. So if we go under geometry, go under armature mesh, that is what's controlling what it looks like, right? I don't want that. What I want is my biomechanical mutant. Now, here's my prefab, right? Notice that its avatar is this thing right here. This is it, right? This is the FBX file. Now, when we go to the FBX file, we have to make sure that this right here, the rig has been changed to humanoid because it's actually on generic. We have to change it to humanoid, or else it will not work. It'll stay like this. You'll move around the map like this. It's funny. So something that's important, people, is when you import animations, when you import FBX files, change the model's animation type, change the rig to humanoid. FYI, you can also scale it, which I'm gonna try on my own in the future, and just like I'm gonna go crazy on this, see what happens, kind of moment, right? Anyways, I go beyond myself. So let's go. Let's go to prefabs, and we are going to place this prefab here instead, and we're going to get rid of this because I don't need it anymore. I don't need that mesh type anymore. I have my biomutant skin. I don't need this animator here because this already has an animator. So we're just going to, I want to remove this component. Okay, thank you. And then up here, when we go to the animator, it doesn't have the armature avatar anymore. It has the SK bio. So let's change that one. Now this is really all I think we need to make this work. This is where this thing gets funky on me. Let's go. Click that play button. And it worked. I just did this video like 5 minutes ago before this one, and it would not work. And I was like, I'm just gonna reset everything. Something has to make sure. I don't know what I changed, but we're good. So as you see, it worked. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to copy what was in the video in Unity Learn. I wanted to take a background. I wanted to take a demo scene. I wanted to incorporate the starter asset into a demo scene. Then I wanted to apply a texture to it, just like what they did in the video, because they said that they did it. That means everybody else can do it. Bada bing, bada boom. We figured it out, people. And I'm glad you watched this video. We have completed what we wanted to set out to do. We're good to go. I appreciate you. I hope this video finds you well, everybody, and take care of yourselves like usual.